With OB, not a bad tune at all. It's officially right now 9:30 and it's time for the segment Be All You Can Be with Larry Olushala, the Catalyst. And I have with us also his guest for today, Omi Lola. I need to get the name right. Omi Lola Oshikoya. I think I got it right?
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Oh, that's your mic over there. Larry, first of all, welcome to the show. And I am very excited about today's show because you mentioned earlier on that you're talking money today. And that's a topic I enjoy talking about.
Yes, so yes, Douglas, man, it's been really interesting chatting with you since when I came in. We're going to miss Chris today, but really with Douglas, I know we're going to have a fantastic show. And on the show with us today is the financial coach, Omilola Oshikoya. Omi, what's up?
Hello, Nigeria. Good to be back on the show again.
So we're talking money today, Omilola.
Yes, we are.
You know, and you were on the show last week, and what I'd really love for us to do to kick the show off is a recap from last week, and you know, let's land from last week. Then we'll take off on talking how to make money, how to save money, how to invest money, how to multiply money. So, kick off from last week, quick summary of what you talked about and the takeaway points.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Last week we talked about how to manage money. Basically, I mentioned that when I talk about wealth, I focus on the 4 hows, which is how to create wealth, how to manage wealth, how to grow wealth, and how to use wealth. And so last week we talked about how to manage wealth and why it's important for young people to know how to manage their finances. We looked at a couple of stories of people that were wealthy at one point in their lives, but eventually lost all their money. We also talked about the common mistakes young people make in terms of money, and then I also gave some tips on different goals that young people should set in terms of financial goals, and also the financial planning process. Today we're going to be talking about how to create money, and I know that is a hot topic. Everybody wants to know how to make money, because for you to be able to manage money, you have to be able to know how to create it first of all.
Wow, so Omilola, what is this thing called money? Money. Everybody wants, you know, they say money, kudi, owo. In fact, MKO, they say it's spelled money, kudi, owo. That's why it was so rich. What is this thing called money?
Well, money is actually just paper. It's just a form of exchange. It's what you use in terms of exchange of goods and services. So, for instance, prior to paper money, we had the trade by barter. So, for instance, if I wanted to get like a cow, and then I had like a couple of chickens, I'll give you my chickens, and then you give me the cow, and then we went into cowry, and then before money was developed. So money basically is just a means of exchange. It's, like I said last week, it's just one aspect of wealth. Wealth is very important, but we are focusing on money here today.
Wow. But let's even look at it. I can't let you rest on that. You said money and wealth, they're two different things, right?
Yes.
I mean, and money is just simply a teeny-weeny aspect of wealth. What do you mean by that?
Wealth is health as well. So there's no point in having so much money and you're on hospital bed and you're going to die in a couple of days. Or you find that people like Bill Gates, they have so much money, Warren Buffett, but all they're doing is giving out money. They're giving it out. Warren Buffett is giving out about, I think, 99.9% of his money, you know, so they're looking for fulfillment. So health is wealth, also power and influence. You look at someone like a Pastor Adeboye. He can wake up today and say he's going to Houston, and I bet you 100 people will make their master bedrooms available for him. Or if he says he wants a brand new Range Rover Sports today, tomorrow morning you'll find 100 Range Rover Sports in front of his house. He may not have the cash, but he has power, he has influence.
Wow. So what I hear from you is there are many dimensions to wealth.
Yes.
The first dimension to wealth is, health. Spiritual, emotional, psychological, and physical health. The second dimension to wealth is cash flow, which is money that we're talking about today.
Exactly.
How you make it, how you invest it, how you save it,
Yeah.
you know, how you multiply. And the third is power and influence. And you use the example, Pastor Adeboye. You know, Pastor Adeboye wields so much power. He wields so much influence, such that if he releases a book today, all members of Redeem will buy it. And that influence in itself translates into cash.
Exactly.
So if that book is $10 and 50 million or 10 million Redeem members buy that, translate that into money. That is money, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly.
So what are the secrets or what tips would you like to share with us about making money?
Okay, so basically I have divided it into two. So you find that you can make money. One way is either through investments, second way is earning money. But in terms of investments, actually I like to put that under how to grow wealth, how to grow money, because you need cash to be able to make investments. If you don't already have the wealth, how are you going to invest? So for me, that is growing wealth. So when it comes to how to create wealth, I'd like to focus on earning money, and there are two ways primarily. One, as an employee. So for instance, you can get a job, work maybe 30 years. With financial discipline, you're saving money, and then you also invest your money, you can make some money. Or if you get a high profile job like back in the day, the tech companies or investment banking, or even now social media, you find that a lot of companies are looking for social media jockeys and managers. And then within like 10 years you can make a lot of money and save. However, I think the bigger pie is in owning your own business. And why do I say that? As an entrepreneur. And why do I say that? Basically, according to a study, 95% of the world population are employees. Interestingly, they only own 5% of the world's wealth.
Wow.
The 5% who are entrepreneurs own 95% of the world's wealth. So clearly they're doing something
Hold
right.
on. What are you saying to Nigerians out there?
I'm not saying you should leave your job. It's not for everybody.
Let's balance it here. What I hear is that 5% of the world's wealth is owned by employees,
Yes.
which means that you can become extremely wealthy as an employee.
Yes.
You don't have to own your own business to be wealthy.
Exactly.
However, 95% of the world's wealth is owned by entrepreneurs who own their enterprises, which means that there are two dimensions to wealth creation. Employee who is disciplined, that's the key word that I heard from you, and an employer or an entrepreneur who is also disciplined. The key word here is financial discipline. So go on, Amilola.
Okay, so basically, and I think entrepreneurship is the solution to Nigeria's problems or opportunities. I mean, Nigeria is the entrepreneur's dream. You find that we have, I refuse to call them problems, I see them as opportunities. I mean, also look at our population. We have estimated about 170 to 200 million people. Now that is a lot. And unfortunately, people don't understand it. So you start a business and you're targeting the high net worth individuals, which are roughly about 10%. But the money is in the masses. And so, for instance, look at a company like Primark in England. What are they selling? Cheap goods. Primark turned over in 2013 £4 billion. And over here in Nigeria, how many people manufacture Nigeria-made clothes that are cheap and affordable that the average man can buy a pair of jeans, And so if someone can tap into that, that is an opportunity to make so much money. That's why you find the retail giants like ShopRite coming to Nigeria. The ShopRite in Ikeja is they're making the most money out of all the ShopRites in Africa. 4 Points is the most, 4 Points in Nigeria is the most profitable 4 Points in the whole of the world.
Let me even show you.
Sorry, in the whole world.
Let me even shock you. I was having a chat with a very, very respectable source, and they said that as at the 8th of December, 2013, right, ShopRite Ikeja wasn't making a lot of money. But between the 8th of December and the 30th of December 2013, ShopRite Ikeja made 1 billion. 1 billion in about 24 or 23 days. There's too much money in Nigeria. 5 million people are. That's where the money is. Look, Aliko Dangote moved from 160 richest man in the world to the world's 24th richest man in the world in a matter of 3 to 5 years, because he focused on his business that speaks to the bottom of the pyramid. Cement, people must buy, they must build homes, people must live in homes. Food, people must eat. People must eat. Sugar, flour, bread, spaghetti. People must eat and people must live in houses. And you talked about clothes. Do you know the third richest man in the world is the owner of what retail store? That's
Walmart.
No.
Which
That's a question for the audience. Now we will take a music break now, and we will wait for you to call in on 081 026 50209. 081 026 50209. We want you to answer that question. The third richest man in the world is the owner of what retail store in the world? Who is on the line?
My name is Fumi.
Hi, Fumi. This is Be All You Can Be with the Catalyst. Who is the third richest man in the world, and what retail store does he control? Sorry?
It's Zara, the Spanish brand, Zara.
The Spanish brand Zara. Wow, fantastic. And his name is Amancio Ortega, and he's worth $64 billion. Fumi, what do you do?
I'm an interior decorator.
You're an interior decorator. So my prophecy for you and my prayer for you this year is you're making too much money, and by the end of the year 2014, you will kick off a money spinning venture that will make you too much money. How do you like that prayer?
Amen.
As we are talking about money, let me throw a scripture of caution. Ecclesiastes 5:10 says that whoever loves money never has enough. Whoever loves wealth is never satisfied with his income. This is meaningless when you pursue money. Omilola, what do you say to that?
I agree, actually. Money is not evil, but it's the lust for money that is evil. So when money begins to consume you, and you would, do anything to get money, that's when there's a problem. But we all need money. You need money to send your kids to school, to get healthcare. You need money to, improve, to help society as well, to feed the poor. So money is important, but the lust for money is the problem, and so one should be careful.
Yes, so Henry Ward Beecher says that he is rich or poor according to what he is, according to who he is, not according to what he has. We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. The richest men in the world, 112 of them, the top billionaires of the world, have come together. Warren Buffett and Bill Gates came together and created a wealth fund, and they have dedicated half of their wealth to giving to the poor people, to bringing them out of poverty. Money solves a lot of problems, but it's not just about making money. It's what you do with money. It's the solution you provide. It's the happiness that you give others. If 112 of the richest billionaires in the world are dedicating half of their wealth to give it away, then there's a lesson in there. No wonder they remain the richest men in the world. It is more blessed to give than to receive. Now, for you to make money, don't focus only on making. Don't focus on getting. Focus on creating value and a solution that you can give to humanity. Not he who has much is rich, but he who gives much. Omilola?
Thank you, Larry. Thank you for that. It's very true. You have to be careful because sometimes money can consume you. But when I talked about the 4 hows, how to create wealth, how to manage wealth, how to grow wealth, and how to use wealth. When I talk about how to use wealth, I usually focus on giving because I think it's very essential. So basically we're talking about Nigeria, and another sector I think is healthcare that we need to focus on. The healthcare sector in Nigeria is at its worst, but I think there's a big opportunity there. Look at what India did with their healthcare system. One of my colleagues, a senior colleague, he said every time he goes on summer holiday, he travels, he always has an annual medical check, his family, so Singapore, America, Dubai, England. And one summer they went to India, And he said when he did the check, it was the most comprehensive check he had done, even more than America. However, it was also the cheapest. So it was done for like just $200. So what India has done is they've taken advantage of their population.
And Omilola, speaking about health, you know,
Okay.
Cross River State, God bless the Lumoke, is putting together something like that, where Cross River State becomes one of the, you know, health tourist locations, and they're putting together a world-class hospital. A world-class hospital where, you know, you will get doctors from America, Nigerian specialists from America that will drive, you know, healthcare provision in that hospital. And it's a world-class hospital. They're putting together huge funds together. You know, it's going to be managed by some friends of mine, you know, Femi and Indero, Doctor, loads of them. So you know, speaking about healthcare, they say that the wellness and well-being industry in the next 5 years will be bigger than oil and gas, telecoms, and, you know, fast-moving consumer goods industry. So it's about wellness, it's about healthcare, it's about healthy diet and eating. They say that industry is fast-growing and is going to be the biggest ever. What other industry in Nigeria can one get into to make this big money?
Okay, we've talked about retail, we've talked about another area and that's why you're finding a lot of people coming in, is the hospitality space. There's a lot of money to be made there. We don't even have enough rooms yet. You think, okay, well, we have Intercontinental, we have 4 Points, we have a lot of international hoteliers coming in, but we don't have enough rooms for the number of for the population size, and also for the number of foreigners that come into the country. So you find someone like a Wheat Baker, that's why they're expanding. They're looking at a second phase. That's why you find someone like a 4 Points in the first year turnover of, I mean, they exceeded their targets by over 66%.
Wow.
You know, so
tell me about MTN, when MTN came in.
MTN. You know, my husband was saying that when he first got his SIM card, he paid 20,000
25K. I did that business. I sold a SIM card for 25K. SIM card, not phone. SIM card.
Can you imagine? You know, and so you can imagine how much money MTN made before the likes of Glo, Etisalat, you know, and the rest of them came into the country.
It was MTN and Econet then.
Exactly. But now you get SIM cards for free.
Yeah.
You know, so clearly there are many opportunities in Nigeria. Like you said something that's very profound about creating value. That's what it is. Forget about, don't chase money. If you create value, money will follow you.
You know, they say that over 100 million people own phones now. Up until like a decade ago, only 500,000 people own phones in Nigeria.
Wow.
You know, that is a solution that the telcos have brought into Nigeria, and they are creaming from it. Look, if you go to the airport, you will see the planes filled with Nigerians leaving. You will see the planes filled with Indians, Chinese, and Oyibo people coming. They have come, you know, to take our money. There's too much money in this economy. Nigerians, stop going. Look for solutions, because those guys are coming to provide solutions in Nigeria. It's all about the value that you can create. It's all about, you know, the solutions that you can provide. And the questions you need to ask yourself is, what solution was I born to be? Who has a problem that I'm a solution to? And how can I solve their problems? There's too much money in this country. Stop thinking problems, think solutions. Stop thinking problems, think value. What value can you create? What solutions can you provide? Where else, Omilola, can people begin to provide solutions?
I think, okay, one thing I like to talk about a lot is using your passion and your gifts. And I'm going to tell you a story. You know, famous Amos cookies? I mean, every parent that has a child in Nigeria, for every 5 party packs, 4 of them have famous Amos cookies. Basically, Wale Amos was a talent agent, and so he was trying to get musicians to sign up with the agency. And you know, because when he was growing up, he lived with his aunt, because his parents were divorced, and she made the most amazing cookies, and he learned the recipe from her, and she used she used ingredients that are not traditional cookie recipes to make her cookies. And so in order to attract like musicians onto his company, you know what he'll do? He would make cookies, send to the musicians, and ask them that, you know, if they eat the cookies then they can come in to talk to him. And eventually someone said to him, actually, why don't you just set up a cookie store? Your cookies are really nice. And then Marvin Gaye gave him $25,000 as a loan to start up. And look at today. I mean, he sold the company a couple of years later, but today everybody's still, you know. So he even moved from owning a gourmet cookie store to retail. You understand? So making it affordable for the average man, so the average Nigerian can buy Famous Amos.
Wow, you know the lesson that I've learned from that is focus on providing the solution. You know, a lot of people think that money is the first thing you need for a business. No, it's the idea and doing what you need to do. Do the first thing, right? And find the people that you will test it out with. And once people begin to taste it, they say the taste of the pudding is in the eating. When they begin to taste it and they get hooked and you solve their problems, the money will come. The money will come. Another place, according to Omilola, that you can make stupid money in Nigeria is food. Look at KFC everywhere. Look at Indomie. Indomie is made so much money in Nigeria. It's crazy. Such that, you know, those corner stores, those métis that sell bread and tea in the corner stores, right? Their biggest selling product today is Indomie. You know, but we're almost running out of time, and you know this money matter is so important. So Omilola, it seems like you're going to come back again. Seems like you're going to come back again. You know, and I'm sure the listeners out there are really, you know, happy about this program, and they would really love to have you come back again. And money is a topic that, you know, we've got to do a seminar on it. So, what do you think? I think we need to do a money-making seminar in the next couple of months, and I want you guys to listen out for it. And we'll invite you to the seminar, and you know, we'll give you the practical tips, because you know 30 minutes is not good enough time to talk about how to make money, how to save money, how to invest money, how to multiply money.